Of course, the one thing on everyone's mind is, did the It Ends With Us Blake Lively Justin Baldoni affect the film in any way? Did all the baggage from that set come with Lively, or was it ditched at the door since she filmed Another Simple Favor after the Colleen Hoover adaptation? According to director Paul Feig, he says things couldn't have gone better. Feig confirmed that Lively and Anna Kendrick were able to create the same magic on the set of the sequel as they did on the original film A Simple Favor almost 7 years ago. In the sequel, Lively's character Emily invites her frenemy, Kendrick's Stephanie, to be her maid of honor at her wedding in Italy. Of course, there's murder, a twist, a turn, and lots in store for fans of the original book. When it came to shooting the film, Feig says that he tried to cross-shoot, which means he shoots both of the actors at the same time to get their reactions to each other in real time. The second or third day, Laura Fisher, my producing partner, and I were just at the monitor going like, oh my god, like their chemistry just came back so fast and it's so infectious that it's just, there's some magic, said Feig. Besides, it's important to note that a lot of the drama we know now surfaced after It Ends With Us was released in theaters in August 2024, months after shooting on the sequel had wrapped. There was never a plan to do a sequel after the release of the original film. Writer Jessica Scharzer, who penned the first film, said that if she knew there would be a sequel, she would have ended the first film very differently because they left one character, Emily, in jail for murder. So the first hurdle was how to get Emily out of jail, and since there was no second book in the series, Another Simple Favor is an entirely original story. From the beginning, the team knew the film was going straight to streaming. But that didn't change the writer's process at all. It's still a very visual movie and still has the big screen elements, whether it's on a TV or not. Feig encouraged her to create the visual world building that made the first film so successful in the first place, but this time in an international location. More on that later. When writing her script, she wrote with several actors in mind for the new characters. She had watched 365 Days when she realized she wanted Michelle Maroney as her lead. Of course, those decisions are left to the director and casting directors, but Scharzer had some influence in who ended up in the film. But she also leaned into what makes her stars from the first film popular. Scharzer says that she collaborated closely with Lively in crafting Emily's story. It really is a collaborative process, and there are a lot of funny lines that I either didn't write or don't remember writing, and it could have come from a number of sources. Another Simple Favor takes the murder and mysteries from Warfield, Connecticut, to the beautiful sights of Italy. In the film, Emily's fiancé, Dante Versano, is a wealthy Italian mobster, so the production team had to choose a place in Italy. And why did Feig choose Capri? It's simple. He just loves the island so much he wanted to film his next film there. Lively also became obsessed with Capri. She was hesitant at first to take the sequel to the Italian Riviera as it was going to be very expensive. She suggested they shoot the sequel in Connecticut, like with the previous film, but after visiting the island, she fell in love immediately and was convinced to have the production make Capri their home base for a few months. The primary shooting location on Capri was at the Grand Hotel Quisisana, which is a historical and luxurious hotel in the center of the island. Production managed to acquire the hotel for 12 days, where 80 cast and crew members stayed and shot there exclusively. Many of the film's scenes were shot on the Victorian-style grounds of the hotel, including the wedding ceremony. The grounds include a private pool that overlooks the Bay of Naples with beautiful green gardens and opulent terraces all around. Besides the hotel, other shooting locations included the island's famous beach club, Lido del Faro, and the historical Roman palace Villa Jovis. The beach club is tucked away on the island and is only accessible by a hidden, winding footpath that made it difficult to transport camera equipment to and from the set. The Villa Jovis used to be the residence of an ancient Roman emperor, built in the 1st century BC, so production had to take extreme precautions when transporting their camera equipment and not damage the historical place. Although Capri was a major filming location, the stars did manage to make their way to Rome. The final moments of the film see Lively's character sitting near the Trevi Fountain with a glass in hand before the final twist is revealed. This was not a reconstructed set, but the actual Trevi Fountain. Production managed to shut down the area for filming, which was quite hectic to manage the crowds of tourists during the day. When it came to the costumes for the movie, Feig knew he wanted a fabulous fashion designer, and he was willing to do anything to get, including completely overhauling the script. We had an early version that was about the two of them on the run trying to hide, which meant they were going to be in disguise, Feig said. So he and his producing partner, Laura Fisher, agreed that they wanted fashion. They didn't want their stars, especially Lively, to tone down their look. So they completely changed the script to accommodate that. Costume designer Renee Erlich-Kalfus returned from the first film and happily took Feiji's request of going over the top. Kalfus worked directly with Lively to create her character's many extravagant outfits, each more outrageous than the last one. Let's dive into some of those creations. First up, we have Emily's iconic prison suit entrance. The entrance was paired with a classic shoes-first slow-mo entrance, which was intentional to start Emily's story with a bang. It was actually Lively's idea to reference Emily's time behind bars and told Feig that Emily should show up in a prison suit. Renee built the prison suit in-house at Rome's Cinecittà studio. He found very delicate boucle fabric and designed a big-shouldered, high-necked button-down pantsuit, which looked different from the pantsuits she wore in the first film. Besides the horizontal stripes, Renee added chain-like accessories, including a chain belt and huge silver earrings. To complete the look, Lively used her long friendship with Christian Louboutin to acquire the perfect pair of spiky-heeled boots to finish the outfit. Next, we need to talk about Emily's gorgeous blood-stained wedding dress. The dress is made of white latex with a 40-foot-long veil dipped in blood-red dye. Both ideas, the latex and the dye, were also pitches from Lively. Renee and her team made the dress a reality after the ideas were approved. The bustier and leggings are latex made by a New York designer, and Renee designed the custom-made skirt. The massive silver-shot satin skirt was built at the famous Torelli costume shop in Rome. The skirt created a silhouette of grandeur and size that would literally push people away. For the veil, Renee sewed red crystals into it and then dipped it into a vat of blood-red dye as a foreshadowing of what comes next for Emily's character. Lastly, we need to talk about the now iconic huge spiral hat, which Lively found herself. The hat features a Vertigo-esque black and white spiral and a brim that is upwards of 4 to 5 feet wide. Lively found the hat in Feig's favorite hat store in Capri called Fiore. She went, "Renee, you have to buy this hat," Kalfus recalled. I said, "But how are we going to film it? It's gigantic." She goes, "Don't worry, I got this." And Lively, in fact, did get it. She works that brim. Renee paired the hat with thigh-high python boots from Louboutin, black lace gloves, a layered black lace skirt, and a man's white blouse. The costume is not only a stunner, but metaphorical for Emily's character at that point in the movie. And there you have it. Thanks to a committed Paul Feig and a twist-and-turn-worthy script by writers Jessica Scharzer and Laida Kalogridis, Another Simple Favor delivers another black comedy mystery to fans of the original. And diving into details of how stars Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick shaped the wardrobe and shooting locations of the film, the team truly showed how collaboration elevates a film from the production phase. Thanks for watching.